Fuck. I already made it more awkward. I was trying to make it like purposefully awkward, but then I. Hi. Anyway, upsetting news. People are following me when I'm not live. I've gained 3 followers since last stream. To be fair, it was a week ago. But like, why? What? Follow when I'm streaming so I can thank you. We can talk. We can be like, oh my god, you know? We can have some fun. But no, you want to follow me when I'm not there and I can't pay attention to you. We could have had a nice little chat. Chill. Talk back and forth. Anyway, playing cat game, like I said before, cause like it says in the fucking title. Does it say that in the title? Did I change the title? I don't think I changed the title. I didn't change the title. Well, now I did. Will it update on my... No, no, no. No one wants to hear you. Shut the fuck up. Refresh. There we go. It changed. Do I listen to music during this? That'd be a good idea. I don't know. What is this? Adjust the value until the image on the left disappears and the center image... Wait, what? Adjust the value until the image on the left disappears and this is barely visible. I mean, that's kind of correct. I can't see it. Okay. Anyway, we're playing cat game because Quinobi got is loud as shit. Stop. Oh my god, you are loud. You are fucking loud. Holy shit. Is it as loud as it is for you as it is for me? Oh my god. I hope not. No one cares about music. Okay, controls. I'll figure that out eventually. Graphics. Does the X mean it's on or off? X means it's on, right? I don't want VSync. And I don't want high graphics. No, no, no. My computer did not do well with high graphics last stream. It purred. Did you hear it? That was so cute. That was so cute. That was so cute. Okay, anyway. Quinobi mentioned it to me. Literally, wait. Was it on Discord or fucking TikTok messages? I think it was TikTok messages. He sent me a TikTok and was like, look, I saw cat and was immediately like, alright. And I remembered, I saw this on my stream queue, discovery queue thing, and I said, doesn't seem that fun. I knew about it before the popular streamers did. I'm amazing. I knew about it because I'm just... I don't know. But no, back to the... People were following me when I wasn't streaming. Toa Gray. Well, thank you. You followed me 2 days ago. And... Captain... Dogu? Dog? Con. Captain followed me 5 days ago. And I don't even want to pronounce that. I'm gonna butcher it and I'm gonna insult you if I try and pronounce that. So I'm not going to. Shut up. Me? No one cares. What was I doing? Oh, I was going to look for my dashboard. Arabian Night. It purred. Keeps purring. Oh. No one stairs. What was I doing? Oh, I was going to look for my dad's room. I'm listening to see if you can hear the audio. Because I can't tell. You can barely hear it. Okay. If it's too loud, can somebody tell me this before the stream kicks off? Because last time I did a 2-hour stream and nobody fucking told me that you couldn't hear the game. And then for some reason, the fucking VOD got muted. Like, everything's muted. I don't know why they couldn't just take down the VOD at that point. There wasn't even, like, even my mic. It was... I love these sound effects. Blink, blink, blink. Look at the little paw print loading screen. Oh, that's so cute. That is so cute. Anyway. Video game. Cat, let's go. Woo. I love cats. They won't kill me. This is a really depressing start for a game about a cat. Oh, that's so nice. Look at the babies. Look at them. Ah, look at them. Look at them. Which one is me? Am I the one that's like right there? It's in the center of the screen, maybe? Oh my god! Oh my god! Macy would be shitting herself in this game. Oh! The other cat is like, chill out, bro. Oh, that's so cute. Oh my god. Can you hear me over the game? Hold on. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I have my stream pulled up on my iPad because I'm poor to get a second monitor, and an iPad would be more useful to me in the long run. Oh, this one wants to fight. Are we siblings? Or are we all just friends? There's like... Because like we all have some orange in us. Actually, I can't tell if that guy is orange or just... I mean, I can't tell if that guy has like dark fur or if he's in the shadow. Am I supposed to be doing something? Oh, I want to lay down. How do I lay down? It's so cute. Oh my goodness, there's cats. Cat game. I'm gonna text Hoss. Cat game. In no other context. Cat game. I'll send it to Cornubi too. I don't know. Oh. This is so much better than playing horror games. I don't think you understand. This is so much better. The purring. I just realized you can see my mess up a bit. Sorry. Oh, why are you looking at me like that? You looked right into our soul. Directly into our soul. Inside the wall? Huh? We're just crawling around pipes like it's an everyday thing. This is just an everyday thing, I guess. Did that thing move? I swore that thing moved. Or did it just not render in? It might have not rendered in. we get to walk around with our cat buddies? Can I lick you again? Or did you lick me? I forget what happened. Okay, I can't bump into them. There's like an invisible wall. Oh my god, the look sensitivity. Okay. Let's maybe turn it down a bit. That would be under controls. You incompetent fuck. That's kind of better, I guess. No, it's not at all better. Can I turn off motion blur? No, I don't like motion blur. I hate it. Controls. They meow to each other. They meow. Oh, I can run. Can I sprint jump? It's yellow. Yeah. Oh. Look at the water physics. Look at the water. Look at the water reflection. Wait. Does it... I thought it like distorted with the leaves. And I was gonna be like, oh my god, what the fuck? Also, it sounds like it's raining, but there's no... There's a waterfall. Gotta say, it sounds like it's raining, but I only hear a waterfall. Oh! Sorry, I was a little extra, guys. My bad. Are we on somebody? Scratch. Scratch it. Sorry. I got really into that. I'm sorry. This is my... Look at him go. 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 Okay. Oh, it didn't. I was just imagining it. I thought it had like an echoing walking sound because you're walking over the vent, but it didn't. How did y'all get up there? You can just jump that? Jesus Christ. Don't drink that. No, don't drink that. That's nasty. No. No, no, no. It's mixing with the grass and the mud. Drink the waterfall down here. Can we drink that waterfall down there? We can't. Okay. You are going to go drink the puddle water then. I'm sorry. It must be scrumpily dumptious. Great. There, you got your hydration. Let's go. Run! Run, my little cat butties. Did I just leave a little muddy footprint? Oh my god, this is like Cat Simulator. What is this? What is that? Is that a rock? That's just a fucking rock that I can phase through. Why are we looking over the edge menacingly? It's a pretty ledge. Ooh, secrets. Secrets. Can I jump to this tree? Where else can I go? Oh no, I just jumped to the tree. Please don't kill yourself. I'd be really upset if you died. I swear to fucking god, if this game ends with this cat dying, I'm so done. I'm so How did you get up there? I want to get up there. I thought he just committed suicide. It's gonna be really sad. Why are we all walking like on different levels? What is this? That guy's doing parkour! To chain jumps. Okay. Oh wait, chain. Did you hear the little grunt? I feel like we're gonna have to meow to like locate all of our friends later. Do we stick with the pack? Or do we stick with everybody? I hope we... Oh, lag spike. Sorry. This is actually not as laggy as everything is for humanity. That was really bad. And this has more storage space. So, that's fucking impressive. Especially to have less lag than... Ooh, okay. I did just lag myself out, but it's fine. Their mouths open when they meow. A lot of games forget to do that. And they only do it in like cutscenes, like in lip sync. Look it in the water. Do I have a... Holy shit, do I have a reflection? Oh no, I just have a shadow. I thought I had a reflection. I was gonna be like, that's so fucking cool. Oh. Okay. Cat butt. Don't look at my butt. Okay, you just zoomed in on my ass. You good there, buddy? Little dude just froze. Holy shit. Are there secrets in this game? Can I find secrets by becoming a worm? Parkour? Do we get to do parkour? No, parkour. How do I get up there? I want to get over to there and then I want to do parkour. Oh, can I do it? Can I do it? Can I do it? I want to do it. How do I do it? Where's the other cats? I only see the... Did they all die? Or did they... Oh no, they're just ahead of me and I'm slow as shit. And they're like, why aren't you coming? Get down here, you slow bitch. Yeah, they're just chilling, waiting for me. Oh, cutscene. I swear to fuck. If you die... You got this. Come on. You got... You're amazing. No, 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 no. No, not the dramatic over the end. There can only be one. I'm sorry, I just laughed at that. How long of a drop was that? Jesus Christ. I shouldn't have gotten attached to our cat buddies. I should have known. I should have known. How are we in a sewer? Stop making noise. You're gonna attract predators. Stop it. It is you that's making... Oh, it's not you that's making the noise. Okay. Where's the other cat? There is another cat. It sounds like he's down this way. Why are you doing that? Stop doing that. Okay. Sorry. Shouldn't make fun of the cat dying. It's a little fucked of me. I apologize. Why is that bag moving? Oh, I'm eating out of the bag, that's why. Okay. Danger, danger, there's a cat. Danger, danger, there's a cat. Danger. Oh, that's not me. What the fuck was that? What was that? Those look like giant hermit crabs. Oh, I need to fix my tits. I'm alive still. Let's go. Come on, stop cleaning your feet. You're nasty. Let's go. Am I healed? Can I run? No, I cannot run. Cat! There was another one of you a second ago. Or was I just really high? I think I was just really high. Okay then. There's a bicycle. You wanna go on a bike ride, kitty cat? No? The meows are so cute. Oh my goodness. If there's secrets in this game and I miss them, I'm gonna be so upset. I don't think you understand. Let me jump. Why can't I? There was a space bar. There was a space bar. Where did it go? I'm coming. Weird crab looking thing. Ooh. Miss jump. Oh. Oh, it's because I fell off the cliff. I got it. Comedy. Those cats were living the life in there. Jeez. Okay, they don't change the sound. Those are not cats. They sound like cats for some reason. Can I drink this? Oh, that would have been funny if I could drink it. Jump. Where'd they go? How did they... Oh. I'm a genius. Oh! Sup, bro? At me. That's adorable. Can I jump over to that? I can't jump over to that. And how am I supposed to get down? I wanna... Oh. Is that a dead guy? Are y'all feeding on a dead guy? Oh no, it's a robot. Why are y'all messing with a dead robot? Where do you keep going? You guys like disappear into oblivion. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Look at that, like, oh. Jump. Why do you look like you're about to take a massive shit? Oh. Am I supposed to go? Oh. I thought I'm supposed to go somewhere. But I guess not. No. Oh, I don't like how you turned off once I walked over here. It's creepy. I don't like that. I'm sitting on a windowsill. Give me food. Oh, okay. I'm just jumping to a bunch of places I didn't know I could jump to. Why are all the cameras nodding at me? That's so cute. Help. I got you. Me and my pot, we're gonna do great together. Oh no. Wait, I can do this. Can I like... Can I only like jump places? What is the point of this? Is this a horror game by any chance? Is this somehow a horror game? Because I'm gonna be really upset if this is somehow a horror game. Because there a second ago, we were just chilling with some cats in, like, a fucking paradise, and now there's signs that are saying, follow me. Where the fuck am I following to? How do you... oh. That was smart. Now where do I go? Genius. Probably up. Meow? Hey! Open up! Open up! Open the fan! Can I kill myself? I don't want to know. How do I continue? What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to just run through it? Oh, I can't even if I want to. Okay. I have to stop it somehow. How do I stop it? Can I carry a can? Can I carry a can up here? I can carry a can up here! Aha! I am... Can I bring this bucket with me everywhere? This is fucking adorable. Can I meow with the bucket in my mouth? I can't meow with the bucket in my mouth. Oh, is it clipping through my mouth? I think it is. That's upsetting. It is. It's okay. I'll just put it... I want another bucket. Come on, bucket. You and me against the world. We got this. Like Stanley Parable. We're... Paint. Push it off. It'll be funny. Am I supposed to be doing that? Or is that just a fun little thing that's like, haha, cat pushes things off the counter. No. Put more into it. There you go. I don't know why I'm pushing these cans off the edge. But it's funny. So I'm doing it. Maybe there's an achievement that's like, paint the ground or something. I don't know. Now where do I go? Wait. Oh. The answer. Ooh, it just got really laggy. Oh, something big just rendered in. Oh my god. Help. Help. There's checkpoints in this game? When did I reach a checkpoint? Okay, there we go. We're all good now. Kind of. Sorry, kid. I kinda poured a bunch of paint in your room. My bad. Is there anything I can grab in here? Can I grab the glue? I can grab the glue. Oh, but I can't grab the glue. So it's fine. Why am I trusting these random arrows? Should I not be trusting these? Is there like a choice to not trust? Can I jump in the bucket? Please tell me I can jump in the bucket. Oh my god, look at him. Oh, he's so cute. Oh, he's so cute. I don't think they accounted for the fact that I would still be carrying this bucket. We're gonna take the... What are those? I'm gonna take this buggy with me as far as we can. This bucket is gonna travel the world. Physics. Wow. Wow. Oh shit, you're alive. Huh? Gonna. Okay, what if can I still press Q with my bucket? I don't want to start a cutscene and lose my bucket. If I lose my bucket, I'm gonna be so upset. Oh. I think you killed it, buddy. What's the cat's name? Do we name the cat? If so, you are... Captain Noodlebutt. Yep. Captain Noodlebutt. Let's go. We don't have a name for the bucket yet. But at least we have one for the cat. Captain Noodlebutt. Oh, my stream's frozen. Hello? Oh no, it's not anymore. I just paused and waited for that for nothing. It's fine. It's still out of the bucket. No! I took my bucket. Oh god, I don't like. Yeah, can we run? I don't like those things. I know how to run, I did it already. Ew, 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 get away from me. Ew, get away from me. Ew, 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 ew. Ew, 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 ew. Get off. Why is there so many of you? Okay, so left alt to shake them off. Shift to run for my fucking life. Get off, get off, get off! Get off of me! Get away. No one likes- Am I supposed to be like jumping up to a ledge or something that I'm not processing I have to do? Oh god. This is a really long alleyway. Did I go in a circle? I think I went in a circle. Off of me. Go. Yeah. Ooh. That's creepy. Why did it glitch when I'm now? It's creepy. Okay. Onwards we go. But where? I don't know. Did that rhyme? Aha! Knock them off. Bitch. I do what I want. And what I want is to say fuck you and push all of these pots off the cliff. Go. Go. Thank you. I mean, I think I was supposed to go there actually. And then like, no. How do I? Or do I go here? I go there. Okay. I can't jump there. Oh. It keeps like switching the angle on me. See, now you're able to make really large jumps, but before you couldn't. like walking in circles. What am I doing? Pot. I like... Oh. Yeah, that would be smart. Go kitty. Smarter than me. And that's not really surprising, actually. Push. Push. Pot off. Push pot off. Pot. Push. To. Oh, I can't jump up there. I thought there was a pathway I could go. Oh, hey, man. Oh. Oh. I don't have the attention span to work for that. Wait, no, 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 no. We're in a bathroom. October 11th. Okay. Can I get in the laundry basket? That would've been so cute if I could. Hello? Please tell me this turns into a mechanic. I really hope this ends up turning into a mechanic. Oh, I was supposed to do that! I'm a genius, bro! Holy shit. Can I jump on this? I can't. Where am I going then? To that! Alright. Please don't kill yourself. I'll be really upset. Chair. Push. Push chair off. Yeah. Chairs. Push. Push. Can I push the table? I can't push the table. Chair. Push. Ooh. Push chair. Chair push. Laundry push. Push push. Push. Struggling at the moment. Push. No. Yeah. Thank you. Push push. Push push. Where am I going? Where am I going? I was told to go up here, over here, and I don't know why. Where am I going? Where am I going? I'm feeling a tad bit stupid. Just a little bit. Just, did it go there? No. Oh, I guess I was supposed to go down here, because I didn't push these pots off. Wow. And boop. Okay. To be fair, that's my fault for thinking that was a good idea. Okay. Well, it worked out for me in the end. Huh. How do I get up there? I feel like we should be jamming the music for this, because this is a little boring on its own. Am I literally just a cat walking around a city? Or is there like a story to this? Because I'm assuming there's a story with all the signs and shit. But it's taken a while to get to that story. It sure is taking its sweet time. Okay. Thank you. And... Arabian Night. I can't push them all, damn it. Oh, sorry. I don't know what I did. Now where? Oh. Yeah, I got that. Secret area? No, I think that's how I continue, actually. Yeah, that's how I continue. Okay. Just checking. Making sure. I think we just loaded a new area as well. Oh my god, I'm such a smart cat, dude. I just unplugged the fan. Yeah, we did just load a new area. I'm taking this with me. Until it removes me of this and I can't. No! I can't bring it up anymore! Oh, that's so cruel. Okay. Holy shit. You just have a curtain that... It's a painting of a cow. I have this exact light. I have this exact light that I use for painting. Oh my goodness. Okay, can I... Oh. Sweet. Nah, keep that shit playing, dude. Is this person just like giving me the location of their apartment or something? Oh. Sorry. I'm a little stupid. Oh, my bad. My bad. No, sorry. Body required. Enter the door, turn on, find a body. Wait. Oh, that would have been so cool if my paw was actually on the M key. Holy shit, wait. I'm gonna keep going. At least when I walk around in a circle, it gives you random stuff. And then, like, if I stand still, it stays on. At least like that. That's at least a nice feature. I didn't even need to climb through that. I could have just walked through here. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Goodness me, oh my. Oh me, oh my. Oh me, oh my. Achievement. The dual nod. Oh wait, I needed that. Wait. Okay. Oh! I need a lot of these. I don't know binary code. Oh. Sorry. My bad. How does this cat know how to do this? Or am I like a human inside of a cat or something? Because no cat's gonna know to do that. I need that. Thank you. And I guess I need you to jump up here. Grab that. And goodbye. And you. Keyboard. Woo! Secret entrance. Are you the dude that needs help? Are we gonna be friends? Oh, I think you're dead actually. I think I just killed you. Sorry. I didn't mean to do that actually. I'm really sorry. Drone companion? Oh! Can I get a drone companion? Oh, I get my little drone. Oh. Ah. Is this all I needed? Is this all this was? Just getting this dude? Wait, this is green. I need this. Do I need it? Oh no, that's just the guy's head. What am I supposed to do? Do I go back? Oh! I'm just a moron. Companion, but... You just locked me in my room. He scared the shit out of me though, dude. He looks so cute. Okay, so the game is about a cat and a drone being friends. Oh. Or a cat killing a drone. After giving it life, maybe. Who knows? I'm confused. Huh? Is my stream lagging again? Shit. Well, I'm Captain Noodlebutt. I think that's what my name was. I already forgot. In the electronic network for so long, I know I worked for a scientist who lived here. For now, you can call me B12. That's what it says on my exterior. It's dangerous, but you seem like you know how to handle yourself. Let's get out of here. Follow me. Okay. I've lost you. I don't know where you went. Where did you go? Where did he go? He said follow me. Oh. Thank you. Thank you. You're so very cute. Take the keys. Did he just say... Oh. Huh? What? Huh? Oh, no, he's in my little pack. Oh my... Why are you walking like that? What the fuck? Why are you walking like that? What? Is he meant to do this, or did I somehow break it? Oh. Okay. Come on, bud. Let's get up. Let's go. Oh, look at him! Look at him! Oh, he's so cute! Am I just meant to lie here? Okay, well, while that does that, I'm gonna play music because I'm gonna go insane with how quiet this game is. I think I'm gonna play some, like, kind of music, you know, like a... Can you hear that? I hope so. I recently just redid, like, all of my Spotify playlists. So we're gonna see who just texted me. Bryant. Why is Bryant? Anyways, what was I doing? Background music to muffle my inner monologue. There we go. Yeah, that fits. What am I meant to do? Because I'm a little confused. Do I just wait for him to charge? Oh. Dory. Memories. I don't remember that. Easy, sure. Let's get out of here. Oh, look at him, he follows me. What is... Okay, stop doing that. How did I get in here again? It was like a weird... Ooh, wait. Translate. Yeah, get in, bud. We're going on an adventure. Am I not supposed to go this way? Where do I go? This is so cool. Does this cat know any of what... Oh wait, what's that? It's a code. And there's paint. I need to knock over the paint. Wait. Okay, what's the code? 3748. 3748. 3748. 373. How do I do it? Oh. 748. I'm a genius. Open the doors. That looks cool. Yeah, it's pretty. Alright, we'll get in, because we're gonna go on a ride. Oh! Oh, I forgot you can fly. Oh no, you went in anyway. What the fuck is that? Is no one gonna question The giant, gooey, glowing red shit. Because I feel like we should bring that to attention. Is this world, like, made for cats or something? Like, why is there such random shit? Oh, here's my memory! Oh my god. Just gonna wait a second. Okay, just give it a second. Give it a second. Are we good? Nope. Come on. You got this video game. There we go. Okay. The outside. Okay, what's the outside? Are we inside? I guess. Oh yeah, this is where it came from. Promised who? Oh, am I supposed to help you regain your memory? Okay. Cute. Cause you're sentient? 3%. Alright, so we're helping you remember stuff. Ugh, I got you. I got you. We got this. Holy shit, maybe we don't, because I'm struggling to even walk at the moment. Whoa, what was that? Oh, it was a light bulb. Okay. Just processed that Little Nightmares was playing and was like, what the fuck is this? Oh my god. That was terrifying. Okay. Translate. Safe zone. Okay. It doesn't look really safe. Ugh. It's these thingies. I don't like these thingies. Oh god, we're running. We're running. Let's go. You can't climb, right? No, you're idiots. You can't climb. Okay. Where do I go? I go- No! No, off me, off me. Go. Oh, I'm so laggy. Oh my god, go. Please, just go. Ugh. There's a robot! Who's... struggling, it seems. I'm gonna give the game a second. And I'm gonna give my Wi-Fi a second. To just breathe. Alright. Meow. Meow. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Ba-dum, bum, 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 bum. OBS says I'm doing fine, but my stream preview says otherwise. Stream preview says I'm glitching all over the place. Maybe I just need to refresh my stream. No, I'm still glitching everywhere. Give me 1 second. Come here, Mace. Come here. Come on. Come on. Up. Up. Come on, give me. There we go. Up. Up. What are you doing? Hi, gorgeous. Hello. Hi, gorgeous girl. Gorgeous, gorgeous girl. Gorgeous, gorgeous girl. Stop licking me, bro. Yeah, my stream's still lagging. Should I restart stream? Because I don't want to do that. No, you're not allowed to leave. Come here. I'm grabbing your butt. Macy stream now. I'm gonna restart stream real quick. Or am I good? Oh no, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. You just see, I can see me messing with Macy. My puppy. Okay, I need my mouse. I didn't really think this through. Okay. I'm literally just turning. I'm just turning. Macy. I'm just turning direction. Oh my god. Okay. Stop. 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 You're fine. You're such a wuss. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. You're shed all over me. Oh my god, dog. Jesus. I can make a miniature version of you. God. Okay. Robot man. Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. That's a bad thing. I think that's a bad thing. And this music doesn't really match what's happening at the moment. Holy shit. Can you please stop lagging? I just want to play a video game. Oh wait, am I supposed to? Oh my god, this is okay. Are humans like scared of cats or something? What's going on? I'm a little... That was terrible. I'm a little confused. Oh! Sorry, I didn't see you there. Hey. Come on, I'm just a cat. What's wrong with a cat? I'm just Captain Noodlebutt. No, 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 no! What did I do to y'all? Oh, there's a guy up there. Are you gonna tell me what I did? What's up, bro? They're all terrified of me. Okay, maybe you should be terrified of me. Did you see my eyes right there? That was creepy. Shit. Hey. It's a creepy smile. I don't... No, I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think that's a good idea. I feel like we should go... No. No. No, no. We're gonna... No, no, no. We're gonna leave. We're gonna leave. Because he has a creepy smile. Okay, I have to talk to him. Hey man, I feel like you're gonna abduct me, but I mean, whatever. Huh? I don't eat people. Y'all got cat food? Some tuna? Okay. That's a little concerning. Oh no, are they our friends now? Are we friends? You look snazzy. Look at you in that tuxedo. Got cool hats going on. Why are they wearing clothes if they're robots and they can't feel temperature? Let alone have any type of indecency? I guess they can feel temperature. Look at them all cuddled up. You look lost. What do you need? That. Ridiculous. Everyone knows that it is impossible to leave this place, except the outsiders, but they're all gone now, except Momo. It's for the best. He lives high up in that building with the orange neon sign. Alright, thank you. I'll be on my way. What? Actually, wait. I want to see if I can do anything with you guys. Are you still gonna be... Joris. 374 years old tomorrow. Oh, well, happy birthday! Speak of natural light that leaped from a star and landed at our feet. This light caused warmth and well-being in our ancestors. It helped them grow. Can I scratch? Can I scratch? Scratch. Scratch. Alright, well, let's talk to you. There's nothing there. Alright. Y'all are party people. Oh. Y'all don't care that I'm doing this? Alright. I thought they would say something. Whoa, you scared bitches out of me, dude. You wanna talk? The plants are technology as well? Oh my goodness. Do you have hair, or do you just have wiring that's everywhere? Oh. Can I just take a nap here with you, buddy? Just a little nap. Oh, yeah. Do you hear the purr? That's so cute. So cute. Holy shit. I feel like this cat's gonna die though. And that upsets me. But I don't have any songs. I'm sorry to learn about that, Mosk. Can I pick this up? Wait. Oh, I can't move. Oh. I couldn't move properly with the bag on. Phew. Safe. Hello? You're supposed to help me. How did we open inventory again? That's cool. Well, how do I open inventory? No. How do I open inventory? First person. Huh? Validate R. R. Tab. R. Tab. Tab. Safe. Show to B12. But it looks like a binary language, a section of zeros and ones. How do you want me to do that? I don't know how to do that. I don't do binary. There's not even a zero input on this. There's probably something really cool in there, but I don't care enough to struggle to open that. Sorry. Oh, I didn't realize you were there. Hey. What were we doing? Momo. Momo. Oh wait, there's stuff over here as well. Hey guys. How's it going? How y'all doing? Pizza. Yoshi. They're so cute. They're so cute. Okay, I don't need the flashlight anymore. I don't need the flashlight anymore. I don't need the flashlight anymore. Thank you. Let's go to Momo. See what's happening in Momo's place. You know, chill out. Have some drinks. Can I? Oh, I thought I could open the door, but I'm just scratching at it. What? Are you one of the troublemakers playing with the paint buckets on the roof? Maybe. Oh, that's cute. Yeah, I was pushing a bunch of buckets off the roof. Translate. I live near the escalator. Oh, Morsk. Brosk. I don't know how to pronounce that properly, so I'm gonna go with Morsk. No. How do I get anywhere? Oh. Oh. Am I supposed to figure out how to climb the mosques on my own? Or Momo's? Because I don't think that's gonna end very well for me. Oh, there's another bucket! Is this the bucket I took down to the place? Oh my god! Y'all scared me. I didn't see you there. Wait, where am I going again, Momo? I mean, B12, where am I going? Anytime. The Guardian told us to talk to Tomo up in the building with the orange neon sign. orange. Oh! I'm at the building with the orange. Are you Momo? How do I get into Momo? Is he on the top? Or like, you know? Maybe I can climb over here somewhere? A tad confused by you. Get down. Ooh! Why is there a key? That's weird. You stuff in the fridge? But you have a outside painting, like I do. Translate. Leave behind a bunch of books. I guess that's the safe outside we found earlier. It's cute. Okay. Piano. Sheet music! We can give that to Mosque. I have a feeling I have to get up there somewhere. Can I do this? No. Oop. You sleep in the weirdest places. To be fair, cats do that already. Okay, how do I get down? Oh. Not what I'm not. Ooh, that book looks special. Can I? There's a walking area up there. To get up there, how do I? Oop. Oh, oh. No. No! I didn't mean to do that. Oh, I found the safe. Sweet. Doc's notebook. Yes, I think. We have to test it out. It's news, but it'll probably be useful later. Yeah, well, I thought here. I sworn I saw a walking space. Oh, come on, I can totally jump there. Almost then. I don't understand. I don't understand. Because here's the orange building here. Open up, bitch. Momo looks that has like our last hope. Looks sad. Why are you sad, buddy? Yes. It's like, fuck. Here, take mine if you really want to go there. Thank you. Oh. Doc! Well, we found Doc's. What's on this? Oh. We found Doc's, right? No, don't translate Momo's Doc's notebook. I want this. Oh, show to B12. This one belongs to someone named Doc. After weeks of research, I've combined a spectrometer with a powerful UV lamp. With this, we should be able of wandering off the Zergs on our way out. Okay, so a UV light. We need to get a UV light, I guess? How do I do that? And we need to find book for, the other two. I forget their names. Are you really this useless? I could have thought you did something else. That's all you do? You just give us a notebook and say be on your merry way? It's a little fucked. To make me go all this way just to give me a notebook. What symbol? What? You're looking at the sky. Oh no, you're looking at me. Oh. Okay. That was the shortest ride I've ever been on. Alright, how do I get down? Basketball. Yeah, I can get down over there. Whoop. And then whoop. And then whoop. 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 Oh wait, it's here. Whoop. 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 Looks like this was another way. Maybe there's a secret over here. Ooh, I see a secret. I see a secret. I see a secret. Give me the fucking... Let me up onto the table. Thank you. Make music sheet. More music sheet! Can I jump up there? Nope. More doors to scratch. You... I like those little things that people add in the games. I like the little things. Alright. This is gonna be the first name. I don't remember the first name, but... Ooh, they have crystals and wax. Wait. Are they just a crystal person or are they a witch? They're just a crystal person. This looks a little bit destroyed. That's just a tad concerning. No. I feel as... Sorry. Walk up to the old chicks and I'm all like, sup, ladies, my name's Slim Shady. I'm the lead singer of D12, baby. Like, oh my god, it's him, Becky. Oh my god, it's Eminem. Ooh, I found the notebook. And that's sheet music. I'm gonna have so much sheet music from Osk, and we're gonna jam, and it's gonna be a grand old time, and nothing will go wrong, and this game will be peaceful with cats and cute waterfalls, and this isn't anything creepy ever. Another note. This one belongs to someone named Clementine. We managed to contact the upper level before the transceiver went down. They were in a place called Midtown. His eyes. I know this look. He will not come with us. Notebooks. We need one more. There was 4 people, right? We only need one more. I hope if I go out here and look out, you're gonna be like, oh my god, look, we should go there, right? Because I have nowhere else idea where to go. Should we go to Midtown, maybe? Got my heartbeat running away. Even going away. Hit you with that boom, 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 boom. Hey, you got that super spice. Hey yo! What's good? Duffer bar. You got a notebook in here by any chance? No. No notebook? Okay. Excuse me. Maybe got a notebook upstairs. Ooh, I don't like those broke lights. Those hurt my eyeballs. Remember. What are you remembering? Go for it. Why not? A lot of people eat for enjoyment anyway. Wait. Can I play? Wait. No. Come on. Oh, this one's just a cat toy. Cute. Wait, they had cats. Why is there a cat toy here? Hey, did you have a cat? On the upper floors. Okay, so all of them live on like the highest part of each building. Well, right now I'm on the ground, so that's not really good for... That looks interesting. Got my heartbeat running away, beating like a drum and she's going away. Can't you hear that boom 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 babe? You got that super bass. Oh wait, Mask! I have sheet for you! Mask! I have music! Music for you. Get. I have... Alright, I have another song for you though. Oh, can I not interrupt you, I guess? There we go. Cute. Thank you for the music. Do you think you can find more? Oh, I have plenty! Safe, mysterious password. Sheet music. Ballad of the Lonely Robot. Such a cute feature. I love this. I'm just kind of chilling with moms. Giving me SpongeBob vibes. Beautiful Musk, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Yep. Why is this familiar? Should I play all of this in one sitting? Never gonna let you down. This doesn't even slightly sound the same. Hey Google. That's gonna bother me. Alright, here's the last sheet music, and then we'll move on to the actual story. Tomorrow. I love his hair though. I love the hair design. Or her. I don't know. I love their hair design. Everybody here is they, them, and you can't give it to me otherwise. I love how they did that. That's so creative. Like the wires coming out of the head. As like a pompadour kind of thing. That's so cute. Oh, Morrisk. I'm gonna look up Morrisk music. This thing came out a day ago? Cool Down is my favorite, same. These have to be based off of games, right? I mean, like actual songs, because that was. Like, that's familiar. That beat. Like that beat is so familiar. It's gonna fucking bother me. I translated that. I need to get up onto the roofs again. I think I want this exact way. Oh, nope, I didn't mean to do that. But, nope, no, no, no. Up. Up. Thank you. No! Sir. What was your name? Captain Noodlebutts or something? Oh my god. Please. Please. Alrighty. I just know that we have to go on to the top of the buildings. That's Momo's house, right? This is Momo's house. Over here is one of their houses. Over there is another one of their houses. Oh wait, I just need to look for the sign. Wait. They all have the same thing, right? There's that and that. Where's the last one? It's over there. Okay. How do I get over there? Bottom, 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 bottom. Okay, I don't think that cat game. Yes, cat game. Cat. Wait, shit. It's gonna bother me. I want to listen to all of his songs on repeat. Like that was great. I'm gonna need to like add Morsk's music to my like playlist where I just shove a bunch of shit into. How do I get in here? Ooh, I know. Gimme. Bonk. How is it so far? It feels like, thank you. It's, I can't tell if there's a story to this, or if it's literally just walking around as a cat. Because I feel like there could be a story. I feel like it's developing a story, but it's just really, really slowly paced. But it's fine, because I'm a cat. And I'm living life as a cat. Oh, wait. Move. Oh no, I just... Oh. Cute. Was I meant to do that? I don't want to do that. Go back. Go back. I feel like I'm looking for notebooks right now, and I need the last notebook. I'm just pushing everything off the fucking shelves. That's where I came from. There's nothing... Yeah, there's nothing in here. Alright. Out the window we go. It is cute. It's very cute. I keep forgetting the name that I gave the cat. Oh, no, I didn't mean to do that. I think it was Captain Noodlebutt. Very creative. Catapult. Achievement unlocked. What? What? Did I like jump a certain amount of time? Oh, remember! Remember! I'm building a chair at the moment. Ooh! Gaming chair. It's comfy. Companions have evolved so much. Making art is important in this world. It is! I love making art. Alright, well, you made it depressing, buddy. You made it depressing. Wait, no, I need to go back up. There has to be a notebook there. I think. Is the chair comfy at least? Oh, well, you're building it. You don't... Have you sat in it, even though you haven't fully built it yet? I need to get in here. And I don't think I can climb through these bits here. But then, when I go in here, there's nothing in here. And I don't understand. I don't understand, bitch, I don't. Imagine the cat misses a jump. That's how the game started. You missed a jump over a cliff and then you fell into the sewers. It was. Gimme. We have all the notebooks. This one seems to belong to someone named... Except for other basically eat almost anything that moves and breed. Oh, there's also a note in this book. It says, I found a design flaw, but I think I figured out how to fix it. Here's the equation. Help Momo repair the transceiver. If I can communicate with the upper levels, that could be our way up. Let's show him what we found. Alright. Back to Momo's. Back to can I, like, jump through a window or something? Oh. I'm so smart. I don't want to do that, though. I want to... It's easier to walk across the roofs, I've learned. So can I go back out through this way? Can I jump up? No, I can't. I have to go through this way. Okay. The pipe wasn't strong enough. That's not the cat's fault. Bro. That is... Yeah. It wasn't strong enough. My bad. I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have... Ooh, what was that? Oh, you guys. You keep scaring me. I forget you're here. Can I talk to you? Okay. Don't bother. Gotcha. Okay. Didn't mean to do that. Let me up. Let me back up. Let me up. I didn't mean to do that. Help. Please. I didn't mean to. How does this cat know to do anything? Like, how do you understand what this robot is saying? Oh my god. No. Up. Up. Through. Momo! I am back! The useless notebooks. I have all of the notebooks, actually. He's really a huge nerd. Doc M77. Clementine. She was really brave. The most fearless. Oh, you messaged me. That's my notebook. I was the last to join the Outsiders, and I'm the last remaining one. Here's Zolbert's. What he was talking about, but he was very wise. Yeah. I we should be able to communicate. Is this game just getting the cat back to the outside because we fell off the pipe? Because that's a little weird storyline concept, but I mean, sure, we'll float your boat. Skip. And voila, it works. Come with me. Alright, I'm lagging out. Let's give it a second to breathe. Is my stream lagging out or is it just the game? I can't tell. It loaded a new chapter and new chunks at the same time, so... Ugh. It's just the game. Alright, gotcha. Let's just give it a second. I turned VSync off, right? Hello? Video game? Like, that means it's off, right? I think it does. Oh my goodness, please. 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 I'm not even moving the mouse, please. I'm barely moving it, please. Bro. Oh my. It's getting fucked again. Come on, stop it. Alright, let's just go over to Momo and... Oh my god. I'll make it over there in a second. Oh, there's a... Oh, cat toy. Oh, no, I didn't mean to do that. Sorry. Sure. It's fine. There's a way out, they'll know it. You're the only one small and quick enough to evade the Zerks. We need you, little outsider. Bring us to the sky. I'm guessing the Zerks are the little pimple-looking dudes. Alright, you said... tower taller than the rest. I'm gonna assume it's the one that looks like it's under construction, which... is very exciting. How do I get over it? Can I climb this? Oh, that'd be so sick if I could. Okay. Yes. Hello. Thank you. Bonk. Rooftops. Hey man, what you up to? What you up to, dude? You got games on your phone? I'm sorry. That was a horrible joke, and I'm so sorry. 10. I didn't even tell you to make. Okay. Why would I want to attract the enemies? No, 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 no. Okay, well, you can die in the game. We've learnt that you can die in the cat game. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, it stopped lagging for me, but instead started lagging the stream. Great. Shut up. It's stuck on a loading screen. I can't even restart it if I wanted to. But I will now. I feel like that'll lag out my stream even more trying to load the game back up. But I'm gonna try. I forget what they're saying, so I'm just gonna do the voice. Library, home, store, home. Why is it getting me stuck on the fucking downloads page? No one gives a shit about downloads. I don't want to see my downloads, I want to see my video game. Fuck you. Why am I British? Bro, please. Steam. I'm gonna kill myself. Stray. Are you gonna work? Are you gonna work? Can we work? Please work. I would like you to work. I would like to play the game. And there we go. Is OBS capturing it? I can't tell. It's just a black screen. I know, I'm a comedian, aren't I? The game uses an autosave feature with a gamepad. Well, I'm poor. So. Oh well. I've been going for an hour and a half. I want to try and do the game all in one sitting. Is that bad? Probably. Do I have the attention span for that? Not at all. But I'm gonna try. Okay, where am I? Alright, we're back here. Not that far. Okay. So. Meow to attract enemies. How do you want me to do that and not die? Okay, can I run across these? I can. Okay. Come on, guys. Over here. No, I'm caught on the trash cans again. Please, 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 please. No. Please, 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 please. Oh my god, I'm gonna piss myself. I hate those things. No. I didn't even meow, bro. I didn't even meow. What is this? Fuck off. No. No. Fuck off. Fuck off. Ah. Fuck off. Ew, I can hear them squishing. Okay, they're down there. Take some paint, you fucks. Paint. Paint. If I paint. Paint. Alright. Are you guys still here? Fuck, you are. Okay. How do I get you away from where I'm meant to be? Because currently you're trapping me here, and I don't appreciate that. How am I... What the fuck was that? What was that? Did you hear that? That was nasty. Eat them. I can't eat them. They kill me. Where am I even meant to go after going here? I think... Do you think I can make that? We're gonna see. Go. Oh. Go. Okay. I'm fine. We're all good. Don't meow! Stop fucking meowing! Jesus. Remember. Use your brain. Remember. Brain time. This city is full of neon. There used to be strict energy caps, especially in the slums. Take it away, I never see it again, but people saw hope. Oh god. I see someone in the closet behind you. Fuck you. I don't believe you. My closet is way too dense for someone to even fit in it, let alone my dog. Can I jump? How do I go? How do I go anywhere? How do I move? How do I do? You? No? I guess just- oh. I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like that. I don't like that. I didn't like that at all. I didn't like that at all. You think I can jump back over for it? Oh my god. I'm a genius. It's way too dense to close too? Yeah. Why do you think it's open? There's too much shit in it for even my dog to go in there. Oh wait. This is... What if happens if I like stay on the edge of those? Do you think it'll make me fall and die? Probably. I'll probably fall and die. I don't want to test that. Oh! Fuck. 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 Get up, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. Where do I get up? 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 I don't know where to get up. Ah. Over here. Can you get over here? Oh, you can't get over here. I have to... No, no, no. No, 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 no. You guys are gonna come over here, right? You're gonna come in here. And then... I'm gonna run for my fucking life. No, 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 no. Go away. Go away. Go away. Ew. 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 I hate that. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. This is really pretty though. Look at that. Oh, I love this. This is so pretty. Excusing the glowy muck everywhere. It's really pretty. Bucket. Oh. Probably the plank. That would be smart as well. Please don't tell me I just made noise for a bunch of— Ew. 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 What is this? I don't like that. Can I jump over there? I don't want to touch— I don't want to touch it. I don't want to touch it. Ew. Stop meowing, please. You're trying to get yourself killed. You're literally trying to. You gotta be quiet. See? Quiet. Okay. How do I do this? Can I... Okay. Where am I meant to go? That's the first thing. I think... over there. Okay, so I have to jump down for them to hear me. I'm just gonna wing it. We're just gonna wing it. Oh, okay. Winging it was a bad idea. Winging it was a bad idea. Winging it was a really bad idea. Holy shit. No, no. No, 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 no. Get away, 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 get away. Okay. I'm great at this. I'm great at this. Everything is perfectly fine. Nothing has gone bad at all. And nothing bad will happen when I walk through here. Okay. Why would I want to hack that? Oh, because I need the barrel to jump up here, don't I? Shit. Okay. What am I meant to do? Okay. Hack that and run. Hack and run. Jump down. Hack. Close that, please. Close that, please. Close that, please. Please. Where are they all at? Are they over here? Hey guys, look, over here. Idiots. Hey idiots. Look. Cool funky cat over here. Let's all go run towards it. Come on. I'm a cat with like a rocket ship on my back or some shit. Where'd they all go? Where did they go? Oh. Whatever. There was a lot more of them a second ago. That's fine. Right? Everything's fine. Nothing bad is going to happen to this. Oh. Shit. 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 Bye-bye! Yikes. Ooh. Are there any more over here? Ew, ew, ew. I don't like this. Can't I like just climb on the edge over theirs or something? No, 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 no. I don't want a flashlight. I don't want a flashlight. I don't want that. What is this gonna do? Oh, create a bunch of noise. Lovely. Fuck. Okay. What am I supposed to do? Just run around here until the thing comes down? I think so. I think that's what I meant to do. How much of that do I have to redo? How am I even meant to do that? It's right here. Okay, I can do that. Let me walk around and see what's here first. Maybe that would help me out. Okay, paint. Can I jump here? No. I can jump on these. That's about it, it looks like. I can't go on the ledges. So yeah, it's literally just running around here. Until the thing comes down. Okay, I can do that. I mean, if the cutscene, like, didn't last this fucking long, maybe I could, like... Get off me! Off, 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 away, off, 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 away, off. No, not you, Macy. Sorry. No, off, off, off. I'm so close. Please, please. I'm so close. Please, please. It's right there. Please. 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 How do I get in? 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 Oh my god. Macy, I'm sorry. You can come back. Macy, I'm sorry. Come here. I kept saying go away, get off, and Macy arms on her, get off the bed. It's okay. I'm sorry. I wasn't okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't want to die, so hold on. Hello, baby. Yes, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be mean to you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yes, hello, puppy. Hello, hello. can come back up on the bed. Okay, that was rude. Get back up on the bed. You can go ahead. Come. Come on. Whoop. Get up here. Come on, you can come back up. Come here. Why are you panting? You've been asleep. Why are you panting? It's not even hot. Okay. Hi. Are you trying to get on my lap? What's going on here? Because last time you were on my lap, you were making everything difficult for me, and I didn't appreciate it. So. Where do I go from here? Oh, really the floor. I'm scared. Oh. Communication. Time to talk to the outsiders. Let us go. We are geniuses. Genius cat. I don't like how much noise that's making. I'm scared of noises. But there's a bucket over here, so I should be fine, right? I should just be able to hop in the bucket and merrily escape like bloating exploding in the background, but it's full of like the pimple fuckers. Sure. Shelter? Is that what the big walls are for? Nobody can go out. Completely barren, unlivable, and dangerous. It was pretty when I was there. It must mean it's safe again. It was to open the city. Okay. I'm coming back and others aren't. We're only 18% of the story through, dude. I don't even know how long I've been streaming either. This is a long bucket. Whee! Oh, transition? Oh, I thought I was gonna have to climb all the way back. Alright, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with the transmission? Did I just say transmission? Transition. Not transmission. Transition. Where are we? Because it doesn't look- oh. Yeah, alright, momos. I'm just stupid. Ooh. 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 What's in here? I missed this the first time around. What's in here? Secrets? Secrets! Music sheet. Secrets. Secrets. What? Oh, he left. If you're reading this, this means you're still alive. Excellent. I took some equipment to the bar to take advantage of their antenna. Come meet me there. I've locked the window, but the code to open it is quite simple. B12, you remember that. It's K7. Okay. B12, I hope you remember that because I do not. The code was... it was 8... Huh? Okay. Thanks, Momo. Where the fuck is the bar? I'm a little directionally challenged. You died 2 times. Where's the bar? Where's the bar? What is that? What is that? That looks like a bar. Let's go there. Yeah, that's Momo there, isn't it? Whenever there's a dude that looks like a hippie, I know it's Momo. Little furball. I managed to get a signal. Sweet! Momo, my friend. Did you just walk through me? I want to get in the bucket. Oh, look at him patting a chair for me. That's so cute. That was so cute. Not the old computer noises. I've almost got it. It just... Yes, we are safe. We have found a way up. You have to go through the sewers. Very dangerous. Zerks everywhere. Look at Momo's face. The sewers are the most dangerous place in the slums, but if Zoltar made it, there must be a way. Are you saying Zoltar an idiot? I don't even know if I'm pronouncing his name right. It's Zoltar. Zoltar. It's infested with Zerks. They'll make a quick meal out of you, especially you, little one. Nah, I'm fine. I'm fine. Your business is none of my business. Okay. Who are you? Oh, Doc! A few years ago, he went off to test the device and he never came back. It has never been the same since. Well, he's in the outside right now. So... He's secret lab a few times. That must be where he was. Come follow me. Follow I shall, robot man. Hippie robot man, let us go on an adventure. Oh wait, actually, I will stop following you because I want to go give my buddy some more music sheets. I have another one for you! You're done building your chair? Is it comfy? Can you give it the comfy test? Does it lay back? Is it like a gaming chair? Or office chair? Take a pic. Send a pic. Take a pic. Hear that one audio? Send a pic. Take a pic. Alright. I like how their face is just constantly in music notes and nothing else. Like they don't show any emotion except for music notes. I want to get on this lab. I want to get on their lab. This is a cute song. Okay, I'm impatient. I'm gonna go back to vol. Okay. Just as I said I was impatient, the song ended. Momo! Hello! I'm back. Did you see his little... Why do I have to walk faster than you? I hate that. I hate when games do that. I hate it, 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 I hate it. Just gonna randomly circle around him every once in a while. Every 2 seconds, actually. Your father would have wanted to help us. I can get in. Right? Look at him looking up at us. He doesn't want to hear about the outsiders. He won't help you, but you, I think I have an idea. I'll just go into his house. Oh. That works. Thank you. Ugh. Dude's passed out. Oh. What are you doing in here? I told you, getting through the sewers is suicide. Leave me be. Shut up. Is this my pop? I never knew. There's a secret room here in our flat. But where? I don't know, but I'm a genius. I'll figure it out. Why do you have so many clocks that are showing different times? Ooh, chair. It's a mixture of office chair and gaming chair. Looks comfy though. Why is the time different? Is that meant to like signify something? It's pointed at the 5. So. Right. So we have a 5 as a number. Oh wait, don't I have a secret pack? Sorry. How did I miss it? 2, 5. Don't tell me! Why would you do that? That is so rude. That is so rude. Why would you tell it to me? Code, maybe. Wow, thanks. I want to find it. Time will tell. Yeah, I figured that out. I know it's the clock! I only see one showing 5 though. 2, 5, 1, 1. I only saw the 5 as the one being different. I thought all the other ones were... I would have figured that out. I would have figured that out. It's fine. Demos. Can I chill on your shoulder? I feel like we'd be great buddies. Ew! They look like the thingies from Half-Life. I've never seen this room. I can't believe you managed to hide it from me all this time.